Hey guys, Burek here, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Sith Juggernaut ability, Threatening Scream. The purpose of this video is to help PvP tanks use Threatening Scream more effectively. After the introduction, we'll take a look at numerous ways you can use Threatening Scream and the impact it can have on your team. Just to clarify, I'm not claiming to be the best, I just love PvP tanking, and I want to help people with it any way I can. Let's take a look at the ability itself. Threatening Scream is probably one of the most powerful tools we have in our arsenal to defend our allies. When you use it, it decreases damage done by all enemies within 15 meters of you by 30%, as long as they aren't attacking you, and that lasts 6 seconds. The reason I don't call this a Juggernaut PvP tank guide is that every tank advanced class in the game has a very similar ability. So if you're not a Juggernaut, throughout the video you can just substitute the name of your own ability whenever I say Threatening Scream or AoE Taunt. Though I will utilize some Juggernaut specific abilities during the video, I think the general tips regarding your AoE Taunt should still be useful. Another constant between all of the tank advanced classes is that you don't even need to be using your defensive stance in order to utilize your AoE Taunt. So even if you aren't spec to tank, or tanking isn't your primary focus, using this ability will not only get you medals, but it will help protect people around you as long as everybody isn't already attacking you. Because of its comparatively long cooldown, learning when and how best to use Threatening Scream is an important part of becoming a good PvP tank. Let's look at some of the possible uses of this ability now. In this clip, I'm at the end of a game of Civil War, and basically our team is about to win, but my healer wants to attack this flag. This clip is really just to show the impact a Threatening Scream can have. Let's take a look. So right here I utilize my Threatening Scream, and I do manage to hit all the Republic players. Note the red coloring on them. That means they've been hit by a taunt. I am going to utilize some other skills in this clip, including Intercede, to help prevent damage to my healer. And I'll just play the rest of the clip until we die. You can see how long we managed to hold out. Then here at the end, I try to use Force Choke, Backhand, and Force Push to make some room for my healer. I use them all on different people in the fight. Unfortunately, it was just not enough time, too much pressure, and we go down. This clip here is me responding to a request for help from one of my teammates. They have incoming, and I'm responding with my healer. The key thing about this clip, really what I want to show here, is timing your AoE Taunt. It's very easy to run up and throw it down on people, but it's not always needed, and you will waste it. It's only 6 seconds of reduced damage. And that can add up in a heavy pressure situation, but if you use it at the wrong time, you may not prevent much damage at all. So I will point out why I wait in this situation to use it. So a quick note here, my Threatening Scream is actually on cooldown, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, but even if I had it off cooldown, I wouldn't use it right now. There are two reasons. The first is that there's actually no pressure really being applied to my team yet, and if I use it right now, I might prevent some damage, but likely it won't be damage that matters in the grand scheme of things. My ally's already at full health. The second thing is that there's a 4th Republic player about to join the battle, so when that person joins and applies pressure, that's likely when I'll use it, but let's continue. So the 4th Republic player joins right here. Pressure is being applied to my healer, but she's doing okay. I see this Sage walk up and start applying damage, so I Intimidating Roar to stun them all. The Sentinel breaks it right away and goes for my healer again. As soon as I see the Sage get back up, I use my Threatening Scream right now. And I do actually manage to hit the Gunslinger that is 1v1ing that assassin in the back. So right now my healer is not only taking reduced damage from guard, but also from Threatening Scream. You can see she is being focused very hard, but she manages to get through it and stabilize right here, at which point we turn the tide and we do kill that Sentinel. At that point it's just mopping up the rest of the players. In this next clip I'm in Void Star, and our team's just planted the bomb. The enemy team is run over, they're AoEing and applying pressure and attempting to disarm the bomb. As a result, I run into the group and use my Threatening Scream immediately. I'm still close enough to my healer to soak damage, Now if the Republic players spend time attacking us, they're really wasting their time. I go after the ones who are moving towards the objective and hit them with Chilling Scream. And I head back here to protect my healer from this Vanguard. I'm not really trying to kill him, just trying to slow him, keep him away from the objectives. And I start making my way towards the next objective here. You can see here in this little section that this Vanguard is attacking me instead of heading towards the objective. It's really a waste of his time because he knows I have a healer with me. So this is a good example of things that you shouldn't do. And actually you'll see here, because that guy spends so much time attacking me, he doesn't interrupt the guy on the door. A little bit of force push fun here where I throw somebody off the bridge. In this next part, my teammate's planting the bomb, so I move over to try and block access to my teammate. And we actually managed to do that. He does plant the bomb right now. Now this seems like a good time to Threatening Scream, but there's no real pressure going out again. You see one Juggernaut taking some damage, but there's really not a lot of pressure, and a lot of their sages are hanging back. So rather than AoE Taunt, I actually just snare them all in preparation for the bomb to go off. And I'm trying to keep an eye on the bomb while I'm doing this. I kind of pan my camera over. The bomb goes off, those casters are snared, and then I jump to a teammate, get out of there. This last clip is in the final room of Void Star, and I'm going to show you how Threatening Scream can buy time for your team to complete an objective. So in this case, you can see there's a mercenary ahead of me being focus fired. And basically what I'm going to do is use all my abilities, including Threatening Scream, to buy that person as much time as possible. And basically what I'm doing is I'm holding up their team on this side of the room. As you can see right now, I'm holding up at least 4 people. I actually get a 5th who's stealthed, and he ends up going after my healer. And a 6th actually comes over and fights me too. They are so focused on killing that mercenary, they're getting tunnel vision because they see his health is low, so they have to kill him. And while we're doing that, one of my teammates actually sneaks over to the other side and plants a bomb for us, resulting in the win. So I'll just play the clip and I'll point out some of the things I'm doing to help prolong this guy's life. So I jump in, you can see I start with Threatening Scream, and there's actually a stealther that I hit with it. I actually see him when he walks past me, and he's heading towards my healer. The reason I lead off with Threatening Scream is because that mercenary is already in a lot of danger. There's a lot of pressure going on. So it's right about here that I realize that my healer is not going to be able to keep this person up. So my first instinct is I push that shadow away from him using force push, and I'm trying to kind of get him behind the box just in case a healer shows up or something. And then I run over to another enemy and force choke him, taking him out of the fight for a second. When the shadow runs back towards me, I backhand him immediately, stunning him again. And at this point I'm pretty much out of options besides my taunt, so I use my taunt on the remaining uncontrolled Republic player who's near me. The mercenary goes down anyways, but as you can see, the bomb was just planted. Since I'm now being focus fired by multiple people, and my healer is under attack, I go back to assist my healer, but the damage is done, the bomb is planted. So my numbers here are okay. I've had more protection than that, but honestly, your goal shouldn't be to amass as much protection as possible. Your goal is to protect people around you and help your team accomplish the objective. It's better to protect players when it counts. If you use your Threatening Scream to help your team accomplish an objective, that's better than getting a lot more protection by using it at a time when it won't help your team. So a quick recap about Threatening Scream before we end the video. When you're going to decide if you're going to use Threatening Scream, you need to ask yourself, is there enough pressure here for this to be worth it? If everybody's at full health and nobody's within attack range yet, do not use Threatening Scream. Do not jump to the back line and Threatening Scream healers or ranged DPS that aren't attacking anybody yet. That's not going to help you. The other main thing you need to ask yourself is this a good place and time to stall? Now in the first video, that definitely wasn't the case. I mean, I was on a flag, I was outnumbered 6-2, but I was just trying to show you how Threatening Scream can have a big impact. And a lot of this is a judgment call. You have to make it while you're in the fight, and at first it can be difficult, but if you keep these questions in your mind as you play, it should be easier for you to make decisions in the future. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and in the future I will be producing more videos about different Juggernaut abilities, as well as tanking situations against specific classes. Until next time, this is Burek, hoping that all your screams are threatening. Well, except for when you want them to be chilling, or made of force, I guess. Sure scream a lot. Wonder if we have like damaged vocal cords or something. Wonder if the Empire has a medical plan for that. There seem to be a lot of medical droids, but I think I'll call Darth Malgus and ask him. Why isn't he picking up his phone? Ugh.